good evening, and welcome to Weslaco, Texas, where K-West tonight is bringing you bi-district playoff round of the Texas High School Baseball Playoff tonight. It is your Weslaco Panthers taking on the Edinburg North Cougars. The Edinburg North Cougars coming in out of District 31-6A. They are fourth in their district, 4-7 in district play. Of course, your Panthers tied at second, and of course, a seeding game had to be played. They won that one, defeated Rivera earlier this week. So come in to this state playoffs as a second seed, and they come in with a 5-3 district record out of 32-6A. A beautiful night for baseball. It is overcast. The wind is blowing out of the south-southeast at 11 miles an hour, and if you're watching, you can see those flags blowing directly into center field. Not a lot of gusts going on, so about 11 miles an hour is what it's blowing at. 87 degrees is the temperature, but it is a very humid night, so the feels-like temperature is 96. Your Weslaco Panthers are the home team, of course, and they take the field, and they line up like this. In left field, Marcos Arratia. In center field, Ringo Perez. In right field, Nate Soto. Third baseman, Dylan Garcia. At second, Julian Casares. At first, Vince Cavazos. Playing shortstop is Stone Gomez. Behind the plate, doing the catching, Rudy Lopez. And on the mound tonight for your Panthers is Zando Castillo. Castillo comes in with a 2.5 ERA. He's got 38 strikeouts on the year. He's only given up 10 walks. He's pitched 29 innings this year. He's given up 19 runs. 11 of those have been earned. The Edinburg Cougars will bat like this, leading things off with the second baseman, Andrew Calderon. The designated hitter will be batting second, Luis Villarreal. The shortstop, Jovan Bernal, batting third. In the cleanup spot will be the third baseman, Miguel Martinez. Batting fifth, the catcher, J.P. Palacios. Batting sixth, the first baseman, Dante Winnipeg. Batting seventh is going to be the center fielder, Federico Capadona. Batting eighth is the right fielder, Joel Silva. And batting ninth, the left fielder, Armani Acevedo. The umpiring crew for tonight's ball game, third base is Jose Luis Sosa. At first base, Leroy Rodriguez. And calling the balls and strikes behind the plate tonight is going to be Bob De La Rosa. Players are on the field. Warm-up tosses have been made, and we are set to get things underway here in Weslaco, Texas at Panther Baseball Stadium. Again, on the mound for your Weslaco Panthers, Zando Castillo. He'll be facing Andrew Calderon for the Edinburg North Cougars, who will be leading things off for the Cougars. Second baseman wearing jersey number 1. He is a .299 hitter for the Cougars. And here comes the windup, the pitch, and the first pitch is underway. Catches the outside corner for called strike one. Swing and a miss, strike two. A good breaking ball that started on the inside part of the plate, and Calderon just could not hold back, but he was just way in front of it. Here comes the third pitch, a fastball, and that is right down the pipe, and he catches him looking for the first strikeout of the night, and that adds to his total strikeouts for the year. That's number 39 for Zando Castillo. And that'll bring up the designated hitter, Luis Villarreal. He's a .205 hitter for the Cougars, wearing jersey number 6. And Castillo wastes no time wheeling and dealing. The first pitch to Villarreal, missing for ball 1. Breaking ball, that one just missing outside for ball 2. That one is a fastball right down the pipe for strike 1. Count is 2 balls and a strike to the designated hitter, Luis Villarreal. He thought about going, and he let that one go by, and that's called strike 2. So the count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Wind up, pitch, breaking ball swung at. Bouncer down the third base side. It's going to be foul, and the count remains the same at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So we've seen Castillo throw that breaking ball quite a bit so far here early in the game, and it's working for him. So we'll see what he does again with the 2-2. That's a fastball on the outside corner for strike 3. So Castillo strikes out the first 2 batters he sees, and that's going to bring up the 3rd batter for the Cougars, the shortstop, Jovan Bernal. He is the leading hitter for these Cougars. He's batting .361 on the year. He's a left-handed batter wearing jersey number 5. First pitch in there for strike 1. Swung on that one right up the middle. Picked up by the shortstop, but very deep in the hole. And Jovan Bernal is on a base hit. That was hit not very hard. Castillo was almost able to get his glove on it, just could not. And a great job by Gomez moving way over to his left and got that one maybe 2 steps in the grass right behind second base. But there was just no way he was going to catch Bernal at first, so we're going to give him a base hit there. And that's going to bring up the 3rd baseman, Miguel Martinez. Another good hitter for the Cougars, .346 hitter on this Cougar ball club. First pitch is a breaking ball, and that one is in there for called strike 1. That's a fastball hit hard deep to left field. Arrieta going back, and he's got it after about 5-6 steps, and that's going to do it for the Cougars in the top half of the first inning. They did get 1 hit, left 1 stranded. No score, and your Panthers will come to bat. Panthers coming to bat here in the bottom of the first inning. Cougars on defense, and they line up like this. In left field, Armani Acevedo. In center, Federico Capadona. In right, Joel Silva. At third base, Miguel Martinez. Shortstop, Jovan Bernal. Second baseman, Andrew Calderon. First baseman, Danton Winnipeg. J.P. Palacios doing the catching. Now on the mound, Alan Palacios. Stone Gomez leading things off for your Panthers. Looks at the first pitch go by for strike 1. Gomez, a .333 hitter this year so far for your Panthers. Breaking ball, swing and a miss, way ahead of that one. That was just a slow breaking ball, and Gomez was just way in front of it. So 0-2 is the count to him. Way outside for ball 1. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Outside ball 2. High ball 3. So after 2 quick strikes, 3 straight balls, and now the count is full. Swung on, hit to the shortstop. Bernal picks it up, fires it to first, and that is out number 1. Up next for your Panthers, the second baseman, number 4, Julian Cázares.
Up to bat for your Panthers, number 4, Julian Cázares.
Cázares batting .229 on the year. Another one of the juniors on this ball club. He does have 5 doubles on the season. First pitch is missing for ball 1. Second pitch outside, ball 2. I'm sorry, first pitch was in there for strike 1. Second pitch, ball 1. My apologies. 1 ball and 1 strike to the batter, Julian Cáceres. Swung on, fouled back out of play. It'll be strike 2. Here comes the 1-2. Swung on, dribbler to the third baseman, Martinez. He picks it up, fires it to first for out number 2. So batters 1 and 2 have hit the ball to shortstop and to third base, both being thrown out at first. And that'll bring up the third baseman, Dylan Garcia. Dylan Garcia, .395 hitter for your Panthers this year. First pitch to Garcia, high for ball 1. That is hit hard to the third baseman. Took a bad hop, went over his shoulder. So we're going to give Garcia a hit there, and he's the first base runner for your Panthers. I was about to say he's got 32 hits on the year, 23 of those being singles. Now he's got 24. And that'll bring up Zando Castillo. Alex is his name, but everybody knows him as Zando. .357 hitter for your Panthers. First pitch in there for strike 1. .15 singles on the year for Zando. Second pitch missing, ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike to the batter, Castillo. Looks at that one, takes a swing at it, fouls it back out of play, and the count is now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Swung on. This is a fly ball in the shallow right field. Second baseman is calling everybody off, Calderon, and he makes the grab for out number 3. And that'll do it for your Panthers in their bottom half of the inning. They do get 1 hit, leave 1 stranded. We've played 1 here at Weslaco Panther Baseball Stadium. And at the end of 1, no score between the Panthers and the Cougars. We'll be right back.
Before David Lozano started practicing law, he was a student at Weslaco ISD. He participated in UIL athletics. He was a regional qualifier. He earned college credits through the dual enrollment program. After high school, he attended the University of Texas before graduating from St. Mary's School of Law. Now he helps people in need as an attorney. WISD is home to some of the most prestigious graduates in the Rio Grande Valley. For David Lozano, Weslaco ISD was the right choice.
Leading things off here in the top of the second for the Cougars is the catcher, J.P. Palacios. Palacios, a .238 hitter for the Cougars. First pitch swung on. Second baseman moving way over to his left. And Cáceres, great job being able to move that far, field it, and fire it to first for out number 1. That'll bring up the first baseman, Danton Winnipeg. Winnipeg batting .233 on the season this year. First pitch inside, ball one. Breaking ball in there for strike one. Just a 233 hitter, but one of the top RBI guys this year. 10 RBIs on the season for him. Fouled back for strike two. One ball, two strikes to the batter, Winnipeg. That is a big breaking ball. Just doesn't get the inside corner. But that started right at Winnipeg. And just moved way over to the right. 2-2 count on its way. Swing and a miss, strike three. That's the third strikeout of the night issued by Zando Castillo. And with 2 outs, it'll bring up the center fielder, Federico Capadona, wearing jersey number 3 for the Cougars. Capadona, a .303 hitter. He's got 20 hits on the season. Watches the first pitch go by for strike one. That's inside, ball one. 1 ball and 1 strike to the batter, Capadona. Swing and a miss, strike two. 1 ball, 2 strikes is the count to Capadona. And he watches that one go by for strike three. 4th strikeout of the night for Castillo. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. No score. Panthers on their way to bat for the second time. You're enjoying Panther baseball right here on KWS.
Before Dania Pulido became an attorney, she was a student at Weslaco ISD. She was a member of the National Honor Society and a cheerleader. She earned her degree from St. Mary's University, then graduated from St. Mary's University School of Law. Now she is Dania Pulido, attorney at law for Texas Legal Services Center in Austin. Weslaco ISD is home to some of the most prestigious graduates in the Rio Grande Valley. For Dania Pulido, Weslaco ISD was the right choice.
Bottom of the second inning is where we are at. Panthers will send Aratia, Perez, and Cavazos to the plate. Batters 5, 6, and 7. Marcos Aratia batting .333 on the season. First pitch high, ball one. Swing and a miss, strike one. Breaking ball swung on right back at the pitcher, picks it up, takes a few steps over, and fires it to first for out number one. So Palacios picks it up, takes a few steps, fires it to Winnipeg, and down goes Aratia. That'll bring up Ringo Perez, the center fielder, a .268 hitter for your Panthers. First pitch in there for strike one. Foul back, strike two. Here comes the 0-2. Swung on right at the third baseman. Martinez fumbles it a little bit, but is able to pick it up and fire it to first for out number 2. So good recovery by Martinez, as he did struggle on that one hopper, hit pretty hard by Perez. But there are 2 outs here in the bottom of the second, and that'll bring up Vince Cavazos. Cavazos, a .333 hitter for your Panthers. Looks at the first pitch, high for ball 1. Thought about it, but let it go by for ball 2. That one is in there for strike 1. 2 balls and a strike to the first baseman, Vince Cavazos. Outside, ball 3. Swung on, fouled back out of play. And the count is now full. Comes the payoff pitch. Swung on, going out to right field. Silva moves over a few steps, gets under it. Snags it for out number 3, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for the Cougars. We play 2 here at Panther Baseball Field, and at the end of 2, it is the Cougars 0, your Panthers 0. We'll be right back.
Let's go!
Top of the 3rd inning. Cougars up to bat, and they'll send batters 8, 9, and 1 to the plate. Joel Silva, Armani Acevedo, and then back to the top, Andrew Calderon. Showing bunt, and that is in there for strike 1. Calderon batting .299 on the year. Watches that one in there for strike 2. Has 11 runs and swing and a miss for strike 3. 23 hits on the season, and he doesn't up the total there. 5th strikeout for Castillo tonight. And that'll bring up Armani Acevedo, the left fielder. Acevedo, a 169 hitter. That one in there for strike 1. Been at bat 59 times, has 10 hits. Outside corner, strike 2. Swung on, hit hard to center field. Bettis is out there, and he makes the grab for out number 2. So we head to the top of the order with 2 outs, and it'll be Andrew Calderon. Calderon struck out looking his first time at the plate. Swing and a miss, strike one. Breaking ball swung on center field. Gomez going back, and he makes the grab about, I would say, 5-6 paces into shallow center field for out number 3. And another 1-2-3 inning for your Panthers. We head to the bottom of the third, still no score.
Before David Lozano started practicing law, he was a student at Weslaco ISD. He participated in UIL athletics. He was a regional qualifier. He earned college credits through the dual enrollment program. After high school, he attended the University of Texas before graduating from St. Mary's School of Law. Now he helps people in need as an attorney. WISD is home to some of the most prestigious graduates in the Rio Grande Valley. For David Lozano, Weslaco ISD was the right choice.
Panthers coming to bat in the bottom of the third inning. Batters 8, 9, and 1 coming to the plate. Lopez, Soto, and then back to the top of the order with Gomez. Rudy Lopez, the catcher. A .203 hitter for your Panthers. We got 1 triple on the year already. 2 doubles. First pitch missing for ball 1. High, ball 2. High, ball 3. Four straight pitch, 4 straight balls, and it's a 4-pitch walk for Lopez. First base on balls issued by either ball club tonight. And that'll bring up the right fielder, Nate Soto. Nate Soto batting .192 this year.
Now batting for your Panthers, number 6, Nate Soto.
Showing bunt on the first pitch. It's high for ball 1. Crowd still filing in tonight. Shows bunt again. Brings the bat back. And that misses for ball 2. So here in the bottom of the third inning, 6 straight pitches, 6 straight balls for Palacios. Make it 7. .3-0 count is on its way. Outside, ball 4. So back-to-back walks issued here in the bottom of the third inning to batters 8 and 9. And we head to the top of the order. It'll be Stone Gomez. Gomez is 0 for 1 tonight. A ground out to the shortstop. Edinburgh coaching staff coming out. Talk to the pitcher after 8 straight pitches result in 2 walks. So as we mentioned, that was batters 8 and 9. So we head to the top of the order with Stone Gomez, the shortstop.
Now it's the bat for your Panthers, number 1, Stone Gomez.
So the first pitch to Gomez. Showing bunt, brings it back, but it's in there for strike 1. outside, ball one. Gomez has 8 doubles on the year. He also has 5 home runs. Third pitch to Gomez, missing high for ball 2. The count is 2 balls and a strike. Swung on down the third base side of the field, and that's foul. Count is now even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Swung on, high fly ball, foul territory. Winnipeg moving over, and Hill makes a grab for the first out of the inning. A lot of room in this ballpark in foul territory. And as high as that one hit it, and as long as it held up in the air, Winnipeg was able to move over and make the grab. So there's one out here in the bottom of the third. Runners at first and second. That'll bring up Julian Cáceres. Julian grounded out to the third baseman, his first time at bat tonight. Swings at the first pitch, and it's fouled down the third base side of the field. Runners are going and safe at second and third. So double steal from your Panthers. Count is 1 ball, 1 strike. So 2 runners in scoring position. And a base hit. 1 run's going to score. Second run is being sent, and there's going to be no play on that. So the Panthers now up 2-0 on a single from Cáceres. So the Weslaco crowd getting into this one. After a single from Cáceres, drives in 2 runs. That'll bring up the third baseman, Dylan Garcia. He has 1 home run on the season. And he looks at the first pitch for strike 1. That's going to get him on the back. So now runners at first and second with 1 out. That brings up Xando Castillo, the pitcher. Just 1 out here in the bottom of the third. First pitch swung on, fouled back out of play for strike 1. Swung on, hit hard to center field. Back goes Capadona, and he cannot get to it. It's going to hit the fence. 1 run is going to score. 2 runs are going to score, and Castillo's on his way to third. And he's going to be safe as they cannot apply the tag. And now your Panthers are up 4-0. A great slide from Castillo to avoid the tag as the throw was on the inside, and it took Martinez off the bag, and he just could not get back in time to tag Castillo. So a well-struck ball from Castillo all the way to the fence scores 2 more for your Panthers. And now your Panthers are up 4-0. Just one out here in the bottom of the third, and that's going to bring up Arratia. Timeout was taken on the field as we were giving you those numbers there. But it looks like there's going to be no pitching change. Here comes the coach back to the mound. I think there will be a pitching change now. May have had second thoughts there. So let's kind of wait and see what happens here. He's going to take the ball from the pitchers. That's going to do it for Palacios. 4-0 here in the bottom of the third. Just one out. There will be a pitching change. So as they get all that squared away, we're going to take a timeout. You're enjoying Panther baseball right here on K-West. Pitcher for the Cougars, and that's going to be Andrew Calderon. Calderon was at second base. Pitcher Alan Palacios goes out to right field, and the right field Joel Silva comes in to play second. So the first batter he's facing is Marcos Arratia with a runner at third and just one out, and the first pitch inside for ball one. Swung on, fouled back, strike one. Inside and low for ball two. Swung on, hit hard to the third baseman, and he doubles him up. A good job there by Martinez as he grabs that line drive and just really dives and extends himself to third to double up Castillo over at third with a big lead. And that'll do it for your Panthers here in the bottom of the third. But they do score 4. And at the end of 3, it's your Panthers 4, the Cougars 0. Top of the fourth inning is where we are at. Panthers up 4-0. Cougars coming to bat. 2, 3, and 4. Villarreal, Bernal, and Martinez coming up to the plate for the Cougars. Big breaking ball on the first pitch from Castillo in there for strike one. Villarreal, the designated hitter, 0 for 1 tonight. A strikeout his first time at the plate. Swings at that one. Chopper to the shortstop. Gomez picks it up, fires it to first for out number 1. So good play there by Gomez to retire Villarreal, and that'll bring up Bernal, the shortstop, for the Cougars. He's got the only hit for the Cougars tonight. Single up the middle. Swings at the first pitch, fouled down the first base side. Castillo picks it up in foul territory, brings it back in. Wasting no time is Castillo. Second pitch swung on. Fly ball to left field. Aratia underneath it makes the grab for out number 2. So good job there by Aratia, as the opposite field hits usually fly away from you. But he was well played, so made it look like a can of corn. Breaking ball in there for strike 1. Third baseman Miguel Martinez now batting for the Cougars. Great play on the last play of the previous inning as he doubled up Castillo there at third on that line drive. Swing and a miss, strike 2, so the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes to Martinez. A good breaking ball from Castillo. Martinez trying to throw everything he had at it. Just couldn't get it. Outside for ball 2. Count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. There are 2 outs here in the top of the 4th inning. Breaking ball outside, and the count is now full. So here comes the payoff pitch from Zando Castillo. Swing and fouled back. A fastball from Castillo, and that's fouled back, and the count remains full at 3-2. Ball is on the field. Sure if anybody has seen it. Caught my peripheral vision out here behind the third base umpire, Sosa. Breaking ball missing for ball 4. So the first walk issued by Castillo is here in the 4th inning. And that's the first base runner for the Cougars since the 1st inning. And that'll bring up the catcher, J.P. Palacios. He's 0 for 1 tonight, a ground out to the second baseman. Breaking ball, missing ball 1. Fastball, strike 1, snapback throw to first. In time is Martinez. So the count is 1 ball and 1 strike to the batter, Palacios. Pickoff move, and they get him! What a move by Castillo. Martinez had getting a big lead on the previous pitch, and this time Castillo picks him off at first to do it for the inning. No runs, no hits, nobody left on after the pickoff move. We head to the bottom of the 4th, 4-0, Panthers on top.
Before Harlan Block raised the flag over Iwo Jima, he was a student at Weslaco ISD. There he played for the Panthers, won a championship, and learned some of the leadership skills he and 7 other students used while serving in the Marines. Weslaco ISD is home to some of the most prominent graduates in the Rio Grande Valley. For war hero Harlan Block, Weslaco ISD was the right choice.
Panthers coming to the bat here in the bottom of the 4th inning. They'll send up Perez, Cavazos, and Lopez to the plate. Perez grounded out to the third baseman his first time up at the plate. He's 0 for 1 tonight. As we mentioned, there is a different pitcher on the mound for the Cougars, came in relief in the bottom of the third. That's Andrew Calderon. First pitch, strike one. Second pitch, strike two. So Perez watches the first two pitches in there for strikes. Swung on back to the second baseman as he was shifting way over to his left, anticipating that one, and it went right to him for out number one, and that is Joel Silva, who started off in right field. And with one out, that brings up the first baseman, Vince Cavazos, popped up to right field his first time at the plate. Swings at the first pitch. Martinez picks it up, fires it to first. Out number two. Martinez has been busy there at third base tonight. I'll bring up the catcher, Rudy Lopez. He walked and scored back in the third inning. Scored on that single by Cáceres. Of course, he was part of that double steal. Him and Soto. He took third. Soto took second. First pitch missing high for ball one. Swung on, fly ball. In comes the first baseman, Winnipeg. But the pitcher calls everybody off, and he just can't hold on to it. Pitcher had a lot longer run than Winnipeg, but he called everybody off and didn't make the grab. So that's just going to be a strike. One ball, one strike to the batter, Lopez. Swung on and hit hard to left field. It'll drop in for a base hit. So Lopez on for the second time tonight. That'll bring up Nate Soto. He walked and scored as well, and as we mentioned a little while ago, he was part of that double steal. Took second. Came in on that single from Cáceres. Got a pinch runner. Evan Zamora will be running for the catcher, Lopez. Pickoff move thrown, made in time is Zamora. Good crowd here tonight for this bi-district playoff between your Panthers and the Cougars. Shows bunt, does put it down. Martinez comes up quickly. Tries to get him at first, and he does. A good play there by Martinez as he had to charge that one and made a very athletic throw to first for out number 3. No runs for your Panthers, but we've played 4 innings, and they lead 4-0.
Before Christine McCleary was a physical therapist, she was an honor student at Weslaco ISD, played sports, and was a cheerleader. She graduated from Ohio State University, then physical therapy school at Texas State University. Now she is Dr. Christine McCleary at Triumph Therapy and part of the clinical faculty at UTRGV School of Medicine. Weslaco ISD is home to some of the most prestigious graduates in the Rio Grande Valley. For Christine McCleary, WISD was the right choice.
Fifth inning is where we are at. Cougars send 5, 6, and 7 to the plate. Palacios, Winnipeg, and Cappadona. First pitch, outside, ball 1. The catcher, J.P. Palacios, is 0 for 1 tonight. Grounded out to the second baseman. That pitch in there for strike 1. Breaking ball, swung on and missed, strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes to the batter, Palacios. Fastball missing low for ball 2. Not sure what home plate umpire Bob La Rosa was talking about there, but he was talking with the Edinburg coaching staff. 2-2 count to the batter, Palacios. Another breaking ball, this time inside for ball 3. So the count is now full. Calls time. Here comes the payoff pitch. Fastball missing, ball 4. So that's the second walk issued by Castillo tonight. One last inning and one in this inning. Pinch runner coming onto the field for the catcher. That's Eliazar Cardenas. And that'll bring up Danton Winnipeg. Struck out his first time at the plate tonight. He's 0 for 1. Shows bunt. Tries to put it down. He does. Picked up by the third baseman. Fired to first for out number 1. So small ball being played here by the Cougars as they advance the runner to second with 1 out. Runner in scoring position. That brings up Cappadona, the center fielder. Struck out looking his first time at the plate tonight. Shows bunt, brings it back. Pitch is low for ball 1. Lopez going out there to have a few words with Castillo. Pickoff move being made. No one out there to receive it. So Castillo hangs on to it. Pitch missing low for ball 2. 2-0 count to Cappadona. As the Cougars try to get things started here in the top of the 5th with 1 out runner at second. Swung on, fouled back out of play. Count is 2 balls and a strike. Strike 2. Showed bunt. Didn't get the bat back in time. Home plate umpire De La Rosa said strike 2. So the count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Swung on, fouled behind the plate. Count will remain at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Breaking ball, a little high for ball 3. So it's a full count to Capadona with 1 out, runner at second. Let's see what Cardenas does with this one. Strike 3, swing and a miss. So that's the second time Castillo's able to strike out Capadona. That's a 6th strikeout of the evening for Castillo. Brings him up to 44 on the year. I'll bring up Joel Silva. Swings at the first pitch, fly ball to left field. Aratia, can of corn, grabs that one for out number 3. Bottom of the 5th is where we're going. Panthers coming to bat. They are on top, 4-0.
Weslaco ISD graduates receive more than $4 million in college scholarships, including dozens who will play college sports. More than 900 received a certification and are ready for the workforce or continuing their education. Over 400 honor graduates will have opportunities to study at top-tier universities. And we are proud of our scholars graduating from medical school, law school, business school, and Ivy League universities. Weslaco ISD, the right choice for high school and beyond.
Bottom of the 5th inning. Panthers will send the top of the order, 1, 2, and 3 to the plate. Gomez, Cáceres, and Garcia. Gomez is 0 for 2 tonight. Ground out and a fly out. His 2 times at the plate tonight. First pitch high for ball 1. Swung on that one, fouled back out of play. One ball, 1 strike to the batter, Gomez. Slow breaking ball missing for ball 2. Ball 3. Swung on this one right at the press box. Strike 2. Count is now full. And that's going to put Gomez on for the first time tonight as he watches ball 4 go by. And that'll bring up Julian Cáceres. Cáceres 1 for 2 tonight, but it was a big base hit to left field. His last time at the plate, left center field. 2 RBI single for him. Pick-off move made to first. Gomez back in plenty of time. Strike 1. High for ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike to Julian Cáceres. Swing and a miss, strike 2. One ball, 2 strikes to Cáceres. Outside and high for ball 2. So the count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Cáceres goes down swinging, and that'll bring up Dylan Garcia.
Now batting for your Panthers, number 12, Dylan Garcia.
Garcia, 1 for 1 tonight, hit by pitch and scored. Scored on that triple from Xando Castillo. First pitch misses for ball 1. Runner going, swung on, fly ball to center. Gomez is going to go back halfway and go back all the way as a shortstop. Bernal takes about 6 steps into the outfield and makes a grab for out number 1. So there are 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th, and that'll bring up Xando Castillo. He's 1 for 2 tonight. Last time at bat had that big triple. Brought in 2 runs. Swings at the first pitch, fly ball in foul territory, but Winnipeg moves over to his left and makes the grab for out number 3. And that'll do it for your Panthers in the 5th inning. They get no hits, do leave a runner stranded, no runs coming across. We've played 5 right here at Panther Stadium. And at the end of 5, it's your Panthers 4, the Cougars 0. Top of the 6th. Panthers up 4-0. Xando Castillo on the mound for your Panthers, starting pitcher. And he faces batters 9, 1, and 2 here in the top of the 6th. Armani Acevedo, Andrew Calderon, and Luis Villarreal. First pitch inside for ball 1. Second pitch in there for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to the batter, Acevedo. Ball 2. Two-one count to Acevedo. Little high for ball 3. Swung on. Grounder to Cazares, second base. Picks it up, fires it to first, and they get him. Throw almost got away from him, but Cavazos doing a good job of stretching and keeping that toe on the bag to secure the out. So we go to the top of the order. It'll be Calderon. Calderon is 0 for 2 tonight. Strikeout and a pop out for his 2 times at the plate.
Cougars number 1, Andrew Cadell.
Breaking ball in there for strike 1. Another breaking ball. This one swung on, but Arratia moving over to his right makes the grab for the first out. So what a great play there by Marcos Arratia, as that one was heading to the corner, but he cut it off with plenty of time for out number 1. I'm sorry, out number 2. And that'll bring up Luis Villarreal. There's a pinch hitter, going to be Alan Palacios, who's going to bat for himself. He was the starting pitcher, as Villarreal was the designated hitter, but after he was done pitching, he moved out to right field and now will bat in his own slot. Swings at the first pitch, fouls it back for strike 1. Breaking ball. That catches the batter, and he is going to be awarded first base. So with 2 outs, we've got a runner at first, and that'll bring up Jovan Bernal, the shortstop. 1 for 2 tonight, a single and a pop-up.
Cougars number 5, Jovan Bernal.
First pitch in the dirt, gets away from the catcher. Palacios on his way to second. One-zero count to Bernal. That is a check swing foul down the third base side of the field. Pickoff move, not in time. Cazares came over. Palacios wasn't fooled. Here comes the 1-1. Inside for ball 2. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Count is even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Fastball got by Bernal. Swung on. That's going to be a base hit through the first base, second base gap. Right fielder Soto comes up, grabs it quickly to keep Palacios at third base. So there are runners at the corner with 2 outs, and that'll bring up Miguel Martinez. Martinez is 0 for 1 and a walk tonight. He also got picked off at first base to end the inning back in the 4th. Bernal with a good-sized lead over there at first. And they do go that way, but he's back with plenty of time. First pitch is a breaking ball, missing outside for ball 1. Swing and a miss, strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Martinez. Swing and a miss, strike 2. He was way ahead of that one. Good pitch from Castillo there. Had Martinez fooled. So from the stretch, here comes the 1-2. Outside, count is now 2 balls and 2 strikes. That one missing outside in the dirt. Good job by Lopez to keep it in front of him, to keep Palacios at third. And now the count is full. Here comes the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Castillo got him with the fastball to end the inning. Leave 2 runners stranded at first and at third. We head to the bottom of the 5th, 4-0, Panthers on top. We head to the bottom of the 6th inning. We've got a pinch hitter, Tony Quintero, coming to the plate, excuse me. He'll be pinch hitting for Arratia. Batting .304 for the season is Quintero. First pitch puts it down, and the pitcher picks it up, fires it to first for out number 1. That'll bring up Ringo Perez, the catcher. Toby Perez, the catcher. I'm sorry, pinch hitter, Toby Perez. Toby Perez pinch hitting for the catcher. .268 hitter is Toby Perez. Coach Sterna going to come make sure that the umpiring crew has the right information. So once they get all that squared away, Toby Pettis comes to the plate. First pitch high for ball one. Second pitch, change up in there for strike one. In the dirt for ball two. Swung on. That one's going to get in between the gap of the third baseman and the shortstop for a base hit. So Perez comes on and gets himself a base hit, and that'll bring up another pinch hitter, a sophomore, Isaiah Garza. Garza batting .302 this year. 19 RBIs on the season. Left-handed batter for your Panthers. Swings at the first pitch and misses for strike one. Second pitch missing for ball one. One count to Garza. Swung that one. First baseman cannot handle it. Picks it up, and he dives to first to get the out. So the first baseman, Winnipeg, couldn't quite handle it, got away from him, able to get it, and just fight his way back to dive to first base for the second out of the inning. But runner advances to second. That'll bring up the catcher, Rudy Lopez. Lopez is 1 for 1 tonight. He singled to left and he was walked. First pitch in there for strike one. Calls time. Outside for ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike is the count to the catcher, Rudy Lopez. That catches the outside corner for strike two. in the dirt, ball 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes is the count to the catcher, Rudy Lopez. Inside, count is now full. So here comes a payoff pitch to Lopez. Swung on, fly ball, foul territory, back going Winnipeg, but he can't catch up to it. It falls safely foul. The count remains full. So here comes a payoff pitch once again to Lopez. That is low for ball 4. So now we've got 2 runners on base, 1 at first and 1 at second. And we go to the right fielder, Nate Soto. Pinch runner Evan Zamora coming out to run.
Number 6, Nate Soto.
Nate Soto batting for your Panthers. 0 for 1 tonight in a walk. Swings at that one, falls it back out of play. Count is 0-1 to him. Shows bunt, puts it down. Third baseman coming up. Another great throw from him, and he gets it. Second time we see that from the third baseman, Miguel Martinez. And that'll do it for your Panthers here in the 6th inning.
44.
But your Panthers are 3 outs away from advancing to the area round of the state playoffs. We head to the top of the 7th. They are on top by a score of 4-0. We'll be right back.
Before David Lozano started practicing law, he was a student at Weslaco ISD. He participated in UIL athletics. He was a regional qualifier. He earned college credits through the dual enrollment program. After high school, he attended the University of Texas before graduating from St. Mary's School of Law. Now he helps people in need as an attorney. WISD is home to some of the most prestigious graduates in the Rio Grande Valley. For David Lozano, Weslaco ISD was the right choice.
Top of the 7th inning. Panthers up 4-0. Xando Castillo still on the mound. And he'll face batters 5, 6, and 7 for the Cougars. The first pitch from him here in the 7th inning, missing for ball 1. Swing and foul back for strike 1. One ball, one strike on the batter, Palacios. Inside corner for strike two. One ball, two strikes on the batter, Palacios. Breaking ball catches the inside part of the plate for strike three. And that's the 8th strikeout of the night for Castillo. That'll bring up Winnipeg, the first baseman. He's 0 for 2, and he was one of those 8 strikeouts. Back in the second inning. Struck out, and he grounded out to third base in the 5th. First pitch missing for ball 1. Inside corner, strike one. Fastball from Castillo, right on the inside part of the plate. Swing and a miss, strike two. One ball, two strikes to the batter, Winnipeg. That is lifted into right field, and the right fielder going to first, just a little too high. Great play there by Soto as they try to get Winnipeg at first. And almost did. Cardenas, who's pinch run a few times, is now going to come to bat for Capadona, who struck out twice tonight. So there's a runner at first with one out here in the top of the 7th. Panthers would love to put this away with a double play here. Swings at the first pitch, a high chopper to third. They got just the play at first, and they get him. Waiting for the call from Leroy Rodriguez, but that was a great play there by Dylan Garcia because he had to wait for that one to come down to him. And then he threw a strike to first base across the field to get Cardenas. And now your Panthers are one out away from advancing to the area round of the state baseball playoffs. Joel Silva now at the plate for the Cougars. First pitch missing for ball 1. Swung on and fouled back out of play for strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike is the count to Joel Silva. That is hit hard to the second baseman, picked up by Cáceres. Fired to first to end the inning and the ball game. Your Panthers win this one 4-0 and advance to the area round of the state high school playoff. They defeat the Edinburgh Cougars 4-0. A complete game from Xando Castillo. Allowed just 3 hits. Had 8 strikeouts on the night. I want to thank Mike Palacios, doing a great job on the computer. Our cameraman, Vinny Berry. I am Joe Aguilar saying good night from Weslaco Panther baseball field, where your Weslaco Panthers defeat the Edinburg North Cougars by a score of 4-0 in the bi-district round of the state high school playoffs. And with the win, they advance to the area round of the state playoffs. Once again, final score, your Weslaco Panthers 4, the Edinburg North Cougars 0. We'll see you next week right here on K-West.